S1, and this is your next English lesson where we look at the private reading project and the investigative approach. Just as a reminder then of our plan of action, we've got 2 lessons a week for the next 4 weeks, and we are going to look this week at skimming and making notes and information and scanning and organising information. So we're on to lesson 2. On the 25th of January, we will look at flow diagrams, timelines and comic strips, label diagrams and maps. On the week of the 1st of February, you're going to complete all your private reading and then look at how to research information, and we might even look at presenting information from an experiment. And on the week after that, you're going to discuss your private reading project with your teacher to make sure you're comfortable with what level of project you're doing and what you need to do for it. And you're going to pick your topic for your investigation and complete all your research into that topic. We're going to start though with another quiz like last time. Remember that all these slides will be in your OneNote, and you should be able to type over the notes if you set them as a background, and the link to the slide, to this OneNote page, should be in your team's assignment. So I want you to complete the quiz that you'll be given on irregular verbs. Again, it's a self-marking quiz. Once you've completed it, I would like to add your score into the box. Moving on then to private reading. Now remember, your teacher might have an additional private reading task or might have built in time in the lesson for just discussing the private reading project, okay? But regardless, just as a reminder, you need to have read 3 novels or 6 short stories by the 5th of February. Remember, 2 short stories are equivalent to a novel for this project, so if you're running out of time, there are short stories in OneNote that you can look at, and you can use Immersive Reader to help you as well. And you want to be making notes on characters, setting, structure and theme. Remember, you will get slides like these in your OneNote. I've put 3 in there just now, and remember that's just so that you can add in information from previously read texts, so that you're totally happy and you remember all your text for when you go on to do the project itself. Remember, you've got live calls so you can speak to your teacher about the private reading project, get them to help you, or if you've ran out of time on the call, you could put on a Teams chat. Just please remember to tag teachers during the daytime hours. Best times is between 8 AM and 6 PM, or you could email them directly as well if you just want to ask something and not have everyone else see what you're asking. So, I want you to spend the next 10 to 20 minutes updating your notes, doing more reading, making sure you're totally caught up. On you go. Let's move on then to looking at the S1 investigation, and remember that involves selecting and finding information, organising information, using that information to create new texts. When we create our new text, we'll think about presentation skills, and we're looking to work with another department so that there is also some interdisciplinary learning. You'll remember that last lesson you were asked to find out what scanning was after you used your skimming skills. What would be useful now is to use time on the call to chat to your teacher and to others to make sure you're totally confident that you know what scanning is. On this page in your OneNote though, you're going to write down what scanning means. And remember, if you were to scan for information, what would you be doing? Add your answer in now. Okay, I've got some instructions for you, so I want you to make sure that you understand them. But again, you can go on the call to ask your teacher if you're not sure. On the next page in this, you're going to find the headings Arctic and Antarctic. You're going to use your scanning skills and you're going to scan for information from your passage, Life in the Arctic and the Antarctic. Some of you might have different passages, and the instructions for the other passages should be on the sheet as well. But if you're not sure, please speak to your teacher. I want you to scan for information on ice, temperature, animals and food found in the Arctic and Antarctic, and then write down the information you have under the headings on the next slide. So here is the slide, so pause the video just now, scan the article. Again, I don't want you using Immersive Reader because you're not reading it fully, you're just scanning for particular bits of information, and you're putting the bits of information to do with the food and the temperature and everything else under the headings Arctic and Antarctic. So pause the video, do that now. Here's something to think about then for next time. How might you present the information that you've just found through your scanning technique? Do you think it looks neat and tidy, or do you think there's a better way to do it? I want you to think about that for next week. Let's recap then and go over today's lesson. We've looked at irregular verbs, we've looked at some private reading, but remember, once this video lesson's finished, I expect you to go back and add to your private reading notes again. And you should now be confident that you know what skimming and scanning is and what is the difference. If you're not, please let your teacher know so that we can help you. I want you to continue to read your novels and short stories, so again, use the rest of this lesson time to do that. Keep adding to the notes pages that will be in these slides, and think about different ways you might present information. What I should say as well is you could add your notes as voice notes if you want. So you could just, if you write insert a voice note and then just drag the voice note over onto the different boxes, you could just talk about your books. That is perfectly acceptable. So good luck with that then, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!